Sunday after the storms hit England on Friday. There was a lot of damage everywhere, so I was a bit cautious about coming into the woods and wondering if my shelters had survived, and yes, they have. That means I've got it all rolled up nicely at the back there as well, so I can concentrate on the top of the shelter first, getting it all covered. And as you can see, it covers with overlap on each side. But this, there you can look. Obviously, like I say, it's a bit wiry, but I want it for the broth, you know. Right there. But there's the side wall done, so you can see the difference straight away. Hi everybody, and welcome back to LUNDY'S Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. It's about 12 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, the Sunday after the storms hit England on Friday. There's a lot of damage everywhere, so I was a bit cautious about coming into the woods and wondering if my shelters had survived, and yes, they have. Rooney's is still up, mine's still up. There's a little bit of structural damage to the new build, and I'll just quickly run through it. So when I come in, the ridge pole was totally off the two slats keeping it up. This slat was totally hanging on the ground. All right, as you can see, there's a pole down there. I took it out of the actual ties. It was totally loose and the ridge pole was slapping down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that end off there. I'm going to get this pole that's on the ground and I'm going to stand it up, and it's going to go up against this post, and it's going to go underneath my ridge pole, and that'll cut out that option of that happening again, because this will make it more secure, and also it'll make it more flush with the side wall as well, because I don't really need that post there, and I'll either use that for something else or I'll burn it. I was thinking of actually cutting all the slats off at the top and pushing this all the way along, because it's quite thin on the side of Rooney's shelter. But I think it's going to be solid enough that, like, so rather than wasting more cordage and doing more work, I'm just going to leave it as it is. But anyway, I've been sent a couple of gifts out from companies. Yes, I do get them, and be prepared to see reviews on them. I got a gift package, a big thank you package of Flextail gear for all the work I've done for them last year, promoting their company and using all their kit. So this came in a box, and it had, I'll just tie a picture up now, it had like a t-shirt in, a ground sheet in, a little bag, like a zipped bag, like for storing the pump in, and some stickers and things. So obviously I've brought it out, I've just used it on my mat, and it was fantastic, like, so stand by for a review on that, and there might be another review coming up on a couple of other bits I got given off them as well. But also I got sent out by a company. There's a few videos out on YouTube of this at the minute. It's a coloured night vision goggles, so I'll be playing around with this later on tonight, getting used to using it, and then I'll be doing a review. If I've got time to do it this weekend, I'll do it. If not, it'll be some other time. All right, and today I'm going to be making a nice chicken casserole. Yeah. And I've got a pot noodle for later on as well. It is freezing. Absolutely, my hands are like ice. But anyway, I've waffled on enough. But next time you see me, because I'm going to have a brew first before I do anything, is I'm going to start fixing that shelter, get it all set, and I want the tarp on by the end of play tonight, and hopefully have it all done and dusted. So fingers crossed that happens. I'm going to sort myself out, stop waffling to use, and I'll catch you later. Cheers. And welcome to the video. Right, well, I've just been out looking for some new bits of wood to prep to use for me extra slats going down to the ground. As you can see, one of them's similar to the tree I got the last time. Still got the roots in there on. This one was pushed over, so I've just cut the ends off because the root was still in the ground. That was just at the top of the woodland where most of the trees are coming down anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting this post in, so I can get my ridge post sorted, and then hopefully we should be cooking on gas. And anyway, so what I'm going to need to do is put some gloves on. Like I say, this post here is going to go up along here, but it's going to get dug into the ground. And I'm going to put the fattest end into the ground. Or should I put the thinnest in there? I think I'll put the thinnest into the ground actually and keep the fattest bit so it gets a lot more coverage on that post. So I'm looking at going into the ground about 4 inches or so. So I'm just going to put that there to one side. And then just dig into the hole. Now these little spade, their trowels here are absolutely ideal for this type of work, because obviously big spades it's too much. And that's nearly dug already. Obviously just keeping the soil as close as I can to here. And then I've just got to size it up obviously, and if I've gone too low then I can just put a stone underneath, but I need to take a little bit more out. And I'm going to put a stone in it in any way, because it's going to be a weight bearing post. So the rock, what that does is, like I said on the other video, it just stops it from sinking any further into the ground with the weight off everything. So we're still going. There we go. That's it all wedged in there nicely, look. Oh, here we go. That's that wedged in. It's not the straightest because it's got a bit of a curve at the top part here. But it'll do, because what I'll do is I'll just tie these all on, about 4 or 5 slats. And then I'll do some tie-ups around here off camera. Fill the hole in. And then that should be the ridge poles sorted. And then I can cut that end off, and then we can concentrate on retying the other one, and then I'll start getting the slats ready for the back of the shelter. I might not have them going as straight as what the other ones are. I might just have them come down at a bit more of an angle, but not as long, and then I won't need to use as much wood, to be quite honest. So anyway, I'm going to finish off my cup of tea. I'll crack on with some bits and pieces. I think I'm just going to bring you back bits and pieces when I'm doing stuff, unless I do time lapses and that. Okay, so I'll catch you in a bit. Right, well, it's just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been a little while since I last spoke to you or done any footage at all. I've just done a typical Lundy and just plodded on getting some work done. I've noticed that there's some rain on its way, so I just wanted to get this work done as quick as possible, at least get all the frame done. So anyway, I've now got all the slats done for the bottoms. So there they are, as you can see, all the way along. All right, so what I've done is I've went and cut them a little bit longer than what I need to do, and then I've dug them into the ground just to make them nice and solid. And there you go, they're stuck in there in the ground, and they're tied twice on here, cut to size as well, banged in all the way along. I've put an extra support beam underneath me crossbar at the back there, So that's all nice and solid and very, 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 very stable. And I've also fixed this ridge pole better as well by putting this up. I've showed you on a time lapse of us doing it. I'm just going to spin myself around. Now I need to put another post going from there to there just to give that a bit more, oh, pardon me, bit more stability. I'll put it on the inner side of the shelter. And then I'm going to go and roll out some tarp, and I'm going to cut it to size the best I can. And I'm going to do the side wall first, and I'm going to hang it so it goes over the top of the shelter. So it's going to come up here, and it's going to go onto this post here, and then I'm going to tack it on there as best I can. I've got some very, very small like tacks that you use for dry walls and things. So I'm going to tack that onto there, and that'll keep that nice and secure, fingers crossed. I'll be using some plastic ties and tacks for this tarp because it hasn't got any rings inside of it or anything to put cordage through. But there's other ways and means of using cordage. You can get like a little acorn, put it inside, or a little stone, put it inside, wrap it, and then tie a bit of cordage around it, and that tends to work a treat like. This bit on here, I'm just going to leave it open for now. I've got to seriously think about whether I need to take these two thin poles out because they are quite flimsy and quite bouncy before I decide to either block it off altogether or move my chair and make this into a little doorway to get in. I've never ever made a door before, so that would be a good project if I can find the right equipment. So anyway, waffle, I'm going to go and get myself some fluids, and the next time you see me, hopefully fingers crossed, I should be starting to do some tarps. As you can see, it's getting really cold. Like, I'm going to go and check and see what the temperature is. I think it's going to be freezing tonight, so I need to get some wood prepped as well. I've got about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, if that possible, before it starts getting dark. So I need to get my finger out and get sorted. So anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, well, as you can see, I've got the tarp rolled out now. What I've done is I've come off camera and I've just raked all the stuff out the way, all the twigs and that, just so I don't puncture it at all, and put it all down next to the back of my shelter. This is me measuring stick. I need 3 lengths of this, and that covers a little bit of overhang at the top of the shelter and a bit of overhang at the bottom of the shelter. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to cut this, and hopefully hopefully it's wide enough. If not, I'm going to have to adapt and overcome. So I'm not going to unfold it, I'm just going to cut it in situ. So I want to be, let's just give myself a little bit of extra play here. It's quite thick, this, so I think this is going to be the long version. I need to try and cut it all in one so I haven't got loads of little bits. But this is going to be tucked either underneath at the top or underneath on the bottom, so it doesn't really matter really. There you go, that's that cut. And I'm hoping, yeah, oh brilliant. I've got the wide version here. I think this is going to be wide enough by the time I undo it all. I'll have to just watch because one of Rooney's pegs is there for when he puts the Benz's tarps up. But yeah, oh happy days. That's definitely going to be wide enough, that, and long enough. Obviously I might have to cut around that tree a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to try and fold it up neat again. I've got no chance, but just so I can easily get it back onto the top of the shelter. Brilliant. And the thing is with these builders tarps, they're nice and thick and they're quite hard wearing as well, so that's great. You don't have to be too gentle with them. And some tarps you buy off eBay are just absolutely horrendous, like slightest little pull on them and they make holes in. But so for the top, cheers Decker, you know who you are. kindly donated by a follower of my Facebook and a subscriber. Got a couple of rolls of this off him, and it's definitely going to come in handy. Oh, it's got a sticky label on there. I'll have to get that peeled off. But aye, right, let's get this back around there and we'll get it put on the top of the shelter just to see what it looks like. I'll find me tacks and that and just tack the top corners. Here's the rain. It's just starting now. I can hear it on that tarp. Bugger. I was hoping I was going to get at least another half an hour. Anyway, I'll see you around the other side. Oh shit. Oh dear. Are you all right there? Didn't hurt your head? Okay, see you around there then. Bye. Right, well, that's his back round. I just got to try and get this through everywhere without actually damaging it. Oh, so let's take these gloves off a bit easier. Excuse all the rustly noise, but it's going to be noisy.
I woke up in a king-size bed, tick of the clock, a stranger to my left, the neighbors gave me a side-eye.
Right, well, that was a bit of a nightmare. What I should have done was I should have rolled it back up, and then I could have just brought it in long ways and then rolled it from the top down over to where I needed it. But it's definitely going to fit the whole of the length, as you can see from the top. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take it back down and then roll it to how I need it, that length, and then bring it back. And then what I'll do is I'll bring it over the top and roll it down again so it comes behind the three of these trees which I'm using for part of the frame. Right, well, I took the tarp off, I rolled it up, brought it back, and that was so much easier to put it on. That means I've got it all rolled up nicely at the back there as well, so I can concentrate on the top of the shelter first, getting it all covered. And as you can see, it covers with overlap on each side as well. Obviously you can see it where it goes there, but then what I can do is I can tack it all on the top, get some plastic ties as well, tie it down. I'm not going to secure that far end yet because I want to stick some underneath there and then pull that down so I can do the side wall. And yeah, should be okay. So up at camp we have like other tools like hammers. I've got these little tack share, and we'll have like a box. Well, it's a wash bowl. It's really, we brought it up to wash all the dishes in there, but we never use it. We just use it for keeping all like different types of screws, screwdrivers, different tie outs. There you go. There's my dish brush, never been used. And I've got some plastic ties in there I need to find. But yeah, that's going to be working a treat. Obviously, as you can see, it's as black as anything, so it'll be a bit shiny on the outside, but it's super thick. Like, I tell you, I was ragging that all over the place. You can't really tell by looking at it, but it's definitely a heavy duty tarp, you know what I mean? And it's going to last a while. And then when I put cam net over it, it's going to be even better. And then over the period of time, all the foliage will fall on the top of the cam net and it'll look natural. Okay, so as you can see how it's going to go. All right, the slats are in a good position as well. So you never want your slats going across. You always want them going down over long ways. So if it does rain and you do get a little bit of a dip in your tarp, it's going to cause a gully and it's going to rush straight off. All right. One of the issues I might have with the tarp is obviously when it comes over here, it's got some rough edges here. So these might cause some damage. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably do a little bit on camera and a bit off camera. I'm just going to get my knife and I'm just going to snip all this edge away so it's all rounded off as best I can. Yeah, same with this bit here. All right, because it is quite rough, and over time where it rubbing on, it will start causing it problems all the way along. Happy days. Right, I'm going to finish off my cup of tea before it gets cold. Then I'm going to get cracking with this roof. But before I sit down and relax, I am going to put a couple of little tacks in, just to keep it fastened in place in case any gusts of wind take it away. Take it away, Jim. But joking aside, I need to do that because I don't want it getting blown all over. Because there is a little bit of wind picking up as well. Put a bit of light on. That's if my battery's working. I don't know why my batteries aren't staying on charge. I haven't hardly had that on. So I'll have to use this torch on the top of my thing. Right, let's stop waffling. Let's get a little bit of tacking done. There's only going to be a couple put in just to keep it in place. So as you can see, I've got plenty of overhang on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up a little bit more, because I want it to, when I finally come to fasten it, I want it to go right underneath and try and keep it as flat as possible. So I'm just going to put that where the post is. I've just now hit my finger. I'm not going to put the tack all the way in case I need to take it out. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Pull it up a bit so it's roughly the same. And then try and bang it in without hitting my finger. There, that should keep it in place while I sit and chill out with a brew. Oh, happy days. Right, bloody weather. It's horrendous. I was lucky on my last camp it didn't rain. But it looks like it's going to rain on this one. So I'm just going to do little bit by little bit. Cheers everybody. I think these are a bit wonky, but never mind.
When we wake,
oh, that's a nice brew, that. Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Side by side, our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. We don't need no more.
There you go. There's the side wall all done. There's a slight little gap at the bottom, but I'm not bothered about that because I can easily just go like that with loads of dirt and cover that all up, which is what will happen in any weight. I don't mind having a little gap under. It'll allow a little bit of air to get in. So I've just pinned it all up on the top. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera there because I'm raising it right up. It's not totally square, obviously, because I still need to do a couple of little bits here, but I just thought I'd quickly bring you back. And then what I've done is I've got the top. This is the main top for the top. So what I've done is, as you can see, I went and wrapped it around 2 posts just to keep it in place, and then this will go over like so. All right, and then that'll come down over the sides like that, and I'll just pin that in a couple of places. Obviously I'll get the top part all done properly as well, and I'll pin that there first, and then I'll just keep on doing it until it's all down properly nice and square. And then I'll have to cut into this, and like it's a bit like when you're doing wallpapering, just cut it at an angle, fold it in, and then tap it in. And that's exactly what I've done on this side wall. So it's very fiddly, and hence why I'm not really recording a lot of it, because it would just take us ages, because I'd have to keep getting up, moving all the camera and everything. So I've done a little bit of a time lapse at the beginning, and then I've just come and showed you what I'm doing. Just put my torch around so I can see where I'm going. So obviously you've seen is I've went and tacked in and cut around the edge of the tree all the main ridge pole. And then I've still got all this to fold over. All right, and then what I'll do is obviously I'll have to try and flatten it out as best I can so I can get the line that I cut right behind that tree, keep it nice and straight, and then I'll just taper it around the tree. And then when it comes to this bit, I'll just add another bit on top just to cover the gap that's where it's been cut, and that should be it. Happy days, like, it should be all right. There might be a tiny little gap around the tree, but that's neither here or there. But aye, it's going to be all right. As you can see, it's quite saggy at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten all that end down first, pull it over, because as you can see, I've still got plenty hang on this side. And if you watch, if I pull it tight on this side and pull it tight on the other side, it's going to go nice and flat. All right, so right, I'm not going to record any more of the work for now. I'll just bring you back when I've done bits and pieces, because I need to crack on, because it's getting dark now. It's 5 o'clock at night. Sorry about the big torch in the screen, but I've told us now in my mouth. Doesn't taste very nice, like, but it's not too bad. Please, Leah.
See the ocean, how it sways in the sun. Keeping our stories in its motion, lies the truth about us. Things time will tell.
This has been a long job, this. It's 6:30 at night now, and I think I'm finally done. So I had a little patchy up job to do in one of the bottom corners, but apart from that, that's it. It's been on and off with the rain. The wind's starting to pick up as well, and some strange old creaks and croons coming from the shelters and trees just over to that side. But anyway, let's have a look at the shelter. Obviously I've brought the tarp round, I've just put it in Rooney's for now. But there we go. Here what it is. We'll get inside and have a little look. So as you can see, it's all right on the tops. Brilliant. What I've done is I've brought in a bit of tarp, as you can see here, and I've wrapped it around there. It comes all the way past where the gap is, and it comes round there, so that keeps the water from coming in and stops the wind coming in as well. I had to do similar here as well. There was a tiny little bit, I cut it wrong on the corner, so I had a little hole there. It wouldn't have been any bother, but I just thought I'll get it covered up and do it properly. I had to take out a couple of tacks and then redo them. But it's basically like how I've got the side wall. Obviously it's double layered there now, isn't it? I've just got to trim off all these little bits to make it look pretty, but I'm not really bothered about it being pretty. It's about it being functionable. So I'm just going to turn around. So there you go. I'm glad I blocked that bit off now, because I think having the door there would have been stupid. So, but not to worry. What I'll do is I'll have a little bit of cam net draped down there just to make it look a little bit nicer. Well, it looks alright the way it is, isn't it? But the cam net will come from, obviously it'll hang down here a little bit at the front. And let's have a look around the back then. I've still got a little bit of work to do with covering the ground sheet, but basically what I've done is I've kept it a little bit long on the bottom, just a little bit, so I can get loads of like bits of foliage and things like that and put it on. And here you go, this is where I cut it. So I've had to tack a couple of little tacks into the tree, which I apologise to the tree for. And there's a slight little gap here, but I can't pin it on it or anything, so that'll be all right. Once it's got the cam net on, it'll not get blown away. And then I've got a couple of tacks in the post at the back there, and it comes all the way down. So it's quite sealed, as you can see, around all the tree and all that. So, you know, it's not exactly tight and perfect on the top, but I didn't expect it to be in any weight. But it's good enough for where it is. It's got a good slope on it, so it'll be okay when it rains and things. And then round the side, as you can see, that's that all done. You've seen how shiny it is. And then obviously this is the bit that come round, and then you can see where I've doctored it at the bottom there. There's like a little bit of a triangle but that's perfect. There's a slight little gap underneath there, but I'm not too worried about that. And we'll have cam net coming down here in any weight to block all that off, and cam net all the way along the back and dropping right down to the ground. So it'll be perfect, the Mondo. And if I want to do some cutting here, I've got a little sawhorse now. No, am I kidding? Right, next time you see me, I'll be having the fire on. I'm just going to crack on, get the little bits of wood going, and I've got some bits chopped. And I'll see you in a while when I'm sitting down relaxing in front of the fire with a nice Jack Daniels, because I think I've earned it. Okay, dokie, see you later.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now,
Right, well, as you're seeing, that's the fire going. I've just done time lapse, see how it works. If it doesn't work, you doesn't lot to see it. But anyway, I've got a big massive cast iron pan I've had here for ages. So I've given it a bit of a wipe, and I'm going to make me chicken casserole. So basically, I've got a big bag of vegetables. I'm just going to pour all that in. I've got, let's get my neck knife out. I've got 400 grams of sliced, diced meat, diced chicken, sorry. I'm just going to pour all that in. And then to go inside of there, I have a pot here that's got some herbs and herbs in, some salt, some pepper, some gravy granules, and that's it. So I'm just going to pour that in. And then I've got a chicken, one of these chicken pots. I've got two of them actually. They never seem to want to come out, do they? So let's use a knife. And then the second one. Put that on top of there, and then obviously I'm going to add some water, and then this is going to boil for a few hours. Obviously it's in a bigger pot. I've got my spoon, let's give it all a bit of a mix. Probably too much water in there, but I'm not bothered, because it'll reduce down in any weight, and it'll give me a nice bit of broth. So there you go. Put that on there, and yeah, let's have a quick gander. So there you go, there's the pot. It's a cast iron pot, but it's got a steel lid. It's got like an air vent on it, and then I'm just already got my fire going, as you can see. And I've got there you go, that's my tea done. As easy as that. None of this faffing around with slicing and dicing and stuff. Why bother when you can buy it all packed up ready? Obviously it's a little bit more expensive, but it's just quick. Now what I need to do is I need to keep that fire going until I get a nice bed of embers. Then what I might do is I might drop down the the grill down a bit, and then just let it simmer on the cock coals for a little bit. But that's that done. Whoo-wee! Time to sit down and grab a quick swally of some Jack Daniels. That's just me bag that I had all my food in. Have I got my head torch on it? No, I haven't. But anyway, yeah, it's been non-stop since I've got here. It's now 7 o'clock at night. So if you've got this far through to the video, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Appreciate it, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know what it's going to turn out like. I'll find out when I do the editing. But anyway, I have had a mouthful of this. And tonight, I'm drinking a Jack Daniel's bourbon. It's like the fire one, it's the red label. It's bloody lovely. And the Coke's got a little tiny bit of fizz to it, but I'm not bothered. I don't mind drinking flat pop when it's got spirits in it. I've only got the 2 of these. I'm going to chill out for a little bit. I've got a Bailey's and hot chocolate for later on tonight. And then if I feel like I want a can, I've got a couple of cans in my little metal box next to the fire, next to the wood shelter. So that's about it, really. But anyway, like I say, it's 7:05 now, and I just need to get tied up a bit. I need to get some of my smaller wood under cover, because as you can hear, the rain's starting to kick in. It's been showery for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, but it's going to kick in a little bit heavier till about 11 o'clock, I believe. But that doesn't bother me. I'm sat under my shelter. Obviously my shelter is higher up. I used to have a porch coming down, and I can feel little droplets of rain coming under. So, bugger. But now I've got that other shelter there as well. That'll be happy days. I might be able to make some sort of frame between the 3 shelters and get some sort of tarp up. But like I've said in a previous video, I have been saving up. We use donating to me channel, buying little bits and pieces and me getting commission. I have nearly got the right amount of money to go and buy a parachute tarp. I just need to work out what size I need and see if I can afford it, and then I should be happy days like, and then we'll have the whole of the fire area covered. And I've been underneath some of them parachute tops before when you've got a fire on, and it does hide the heat back down. It's lightweight and it allows air through, light through as well. So now you wait, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to take a little bit of time out to myself. I'll probably just bring you back when my food's ready, unless I want to waffle about something else. All right, so it's nice to get out and just chill out and not put the camera on for a couple of hours. So I'll see you in a while, because I'm going into a rant about waffling. See you later. Right, well, I think my food's ready. I've just had a quick taste. The fire has been amazing tonight. It's really chilly. It's a bit of a damp night, and I think the food's cooked really well in here. It's boiling away like there's no tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it over out of the flames. Oh, I'm just going to make myself a nice little pan. I'm going to get some of the broth out of it as well. It tastes really nice. Now, some people would say, oh, that's dead watery, that, Jimmy. But you know what it is? It's bloody gorgeous. And I've got loads left in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull it right down this side so it's off the heat. And I'll sit you down on my table. I've only got a little bit there for now. But let's get you spun round. Aye, the fire's working a treat. I've got that much little buds left. I've still got quite a bit of other stuff left and all. So let's get you stationary. I'll get my head torch off. Oh, tell you, I've been looking forward to this, like, really looking forward to it. I'm just going to turn this light down a bit. It's always a bit too much. There we're gone. I think that's a bit better. If I can see a bit of colour on my cheeks, it means the lighting's perfect. Let's just get me a little spoon out. It's definitely a chilly night. Like, I haven't got a clue what the temperature is, but this, there you go, and look. Obviously, like I say, it's a bit watery, but I want it for the broth. You know, it's like a nice hot drink. I'm going to get something. I'm going to put it in my cup later on and have a little bit of broth. Right. Oh yeah, it's got some lush flavours. That like beautiful. Oh, that's definitely going to warm us up. That like, I think cooking it in that pan's been that godsend compared to me little metal ones I normally use. That's like a cast iron one. Oh, hey. The carrots and everything have got a nice little bit of crunch to it. The chicken's done just right. What I'm going to do is also, I didn't put this on any dirty things. I've been keeping the veg packet, and I've just been wrapping the big stirring spoon in it, just to keep it nice and clean, because obviously things crawl around on my surfaces and that. Anyway, I'll let that cool down a little bit because it is a little bit scorchy. I've nearly finished my first Jack Daniels. I've tell you the truth, like, I've just been sitting chilling out for a couple of hours and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously I've watched a little bit of YouTube as well. I've been watching me mucker Rick and Mike out on the hills and then in the woods for a night out. Lads, thank you very much. The shout out, Rick, was perfect, mate. Had me in stitches. No doubt you'll know when you see me comments and anyway, but cheers lads, and I'll catch up with you soon. Obviously this video will be coming out about 2 weeks after your video, mate, so because I've already got another one in the plan. But anyway, let's get some food. I think what I'm going to do is, because I've got loads of work planned for tomorrow, I'm just going to chill out for the rest of the night. So I'm not going to do any more videoing, to be honest, because I've got nothing I want to say, and it's just nice to take a bit of time out. Obviously the bit of drizzles do me napper in, like, but I'm going to just grin and bear it and go and sit next to the actual fire and get a little bit more heat, because you know, I can. Anyway, lovely bit of food that, like, and I've got loads there as well, and I've got a pot noodle for tomorrow, and if I did decide to stay for another night, I can always walk out to the car, nip out and get a few little bits and pieces and then come back. So, but I'm really happy that the shelter's built. I was actually being stand under it before, and it's actually getting a bit of heat off the fire, so that's even better. So it's another nice place to sit out of the weather. Right, well, I've had a proper chilled out night tonight. Like, I've just been burning all the bits of rubbish that I had off me cut-offs off the top, just chilling out, watched a couple of videos on YouTube. How Rick, lad? Nice shout out for us, mate. Thank you very much. I'm doing one back here. Go and check him out. Rick, my pal. Rick T Outdoor Adventures. He's a sound bloke and he's got some cracking videos, so go and check him out. And yeah, I was laughing my head off at you. Shout out, mate. But anyway, it's time for a Bailey's and hot chocolate before I go to bed. Because I've just been sitting having a little think about what I'm going to do tomorrow. And yeah, so I've got a nice boiled cup of water here off the fire, hence why I put the grill back on. And yeah, I've just been sitting chilling next to the fire because it stopped raining about 40 minutes ago, so that's happy days. Like, oh, I've just dropped it all in the fire. Oh, guess what, if you drop your sachet in the water, it gets all clogged up, which is what I've just done. Oh, there's loads of powder in there. It's all clogged. Anyway, the main ingredient, Bailey's. Just a tiny little sip because I want the rest of it to go in there. This is proper nectar of the gods, this. That'll just go on the fire. I was just going to pick that up. It's just come off the fire. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get my little cozy that comes with this. This is a Soto Windmaster cook set. Well, it's a Soto cook set, one of many that they have. and it's my favourite. I take this everywhere because you can put this on the fire and everything. Right, well, my video camera, my GoPro Hero 11 must be getting cold, even though it's had a hat on for ages, because it's just switched itself off and then rebooted. But anyway, I've got this lovely hot chocolate and Baileys to drink, and then I'm going to get myself to bed. So I'm sorry that there hasn't been loads of waffling tonight. Well, there probably has been, like, but I just haven't waffled as much as what I would like to. People complain, apparently. Oh, lovely that. Lovely. Only thing is, drinking out of metal, it's a bit warm. But if you haven't had a Baileys and hot chocolate before, I definitely recommend it. It is proper delicious. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And if you've got this far through, give yourselves a pat on the back, because you well deserve it. And I'll see you in the morning, because I'm going to sit back, relax, and enjoy this, and listen to some smooth radio. Yibbity yibbity yo. See you later. Not quite Nectar of the Gods, but it's very, very close. Right, well, good morning, everybody. It's about 7:15 in the morning, and as you can see, it's starting to get light outside. I think the sunrise is just down there, so yeah, you can see a little bit of orange glow in the dark in the distance, and that's my kettle boiled already. Wow, that didn't take long. So I'm having a nice cup of tea and a porridge this morning. I've still got a canny bit of my stew left. I tell you what, like, it cooked really well in this pan. So that beef stew in there nicely. That'll do me for dinner today. Oh, happy days, like. Well, the shelter is held up really well. I'll just put a little bit of a light on if I can. It's not going to last long because the battery's dying on it. I need to get it charged. But yeah, it's held up really well. It's like any shelter. As you have a look at Rooney's. Rooney's has got loads of little drips along the top. So is mine. And so is this one. It's just where the water's coming off the edge there. Like I say, I had to wrap it around the tree. And as you can see on the trunk, there's still water getting through, but not a lot to be quite honest. And it's not a bother that whatsoever. That's perfect. So it's held up well. It's been pouring down with rain all night as well. So yeah, it's looking good. Let's have a look around the outer side, and then I'm going to go and make me brew before my water gets cold. So I had it obviously a bit along the bottom, and then I was going to pile loads of stuff on. I think I might trim that a bit more because it looks like it's puddling a bit, especially here because obviously we've got big roots coming out and it's causing a bit of a gully. So I think I'll just trim it as close as I can. And then I'm just going to backfill it with loads of debris. I'll just get it on the trolley and pick it up from around here. There's tons of it all down on the ground here. I'll just get loads of that and put that on there. And that'll be great, like. But, it's nice and calm the day. It's a bit orangey. Obviously, it's just, it's early morning, isn't it? But yeah, this bit's held up well. Oh, hopefully it'll survive. What I do need to do is I need to get myself another pole down here just to get this fixed in properly, and then put a new bit of plastic on, because obviously this is all being ripped when I've been doing it. So I just need to do a couple of tacks up the top there and it should be alright, to be honest, and then put a little slat of wood on. But anyway, I'm going to go, I've just nearly slipped on that bit of shelter there. But aye, that's not too bad. I had a canny night last night. I just chilled out. I tell you what, trying to walk with a torch in your face is an absolute nightmare, like. But yeah, I'm just going to sit and have a brew. And then by the time that gets, I have that, get my teeth done, have a quick full body baby wipe and get rid of all the sweaty bits and feel fresh as a daisy. So I'll see you later on. Once it starts getting to a reasonable time now, I'll get started again with moving stuff, building stuff. I might stay tonight. I might. I'll see how the day pans out, and I'll speak to the wife. She did give us an option if I wanted to have 2 nights out, because I'm not out next weekend. So she's good like that. If she knows I'm not coming out the weekend after, she'll let us have a couple of nights out, like. So she's a good one. She's a keeper. She should be. We've been together for our 20 odd years, like. So, but anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, get me a cup of tea and get me porridge. I'll not bore you with that, because it's just porridge and a cuppa. And I'll speak to you later for a bit more waffle. All done and dusted. I haven't got a clue what time it is, and I'm not even going to bother looking at my watch. So I've done the old squatty wash, face, armpits, bollocks, brushed my teeth. And that's me done and dusted, all baby wiped. And then I've even put some roll on as well. Hi, I've got some, it's a Lynx roll on. I'll just leave it at camp just in case I get a wash and have stop this getting a little bit smellier. But you know, it's nice to feel fresh, isn't it? But anyway, plan of actions for today is, underneath there I've got a metal box. Inside that metal box is a big massive British Army camo net, so I need to get that sort of like laid out somewhere. Obviously it's going to be absolutely drenched in that field, but I think that's going to be my best option, because if I lay it out on this floor, what's going to happen is it's just going to pick up all the crap that's on the ground. I know I could do it possibly here, but it's still going to pick shit up, and I don't want it getting picked up on the cam net and then getting dragged along my tarp and possibly cut like putting a hole in my tarp. So I think what I'll do is I'll just have to take it out into the field, get it measured up. I wish I had a few of them cam nets actually, because I wouldn't mind one on the top of my shelter just to break that shine. Even though it's a camo tarp, when the rain hits it, it's just so shiny. And it just hides the camp a little bit more. Not that we'll get any Joe public in this area at all, like, you know. So right, I'm just waffling. Then my next task is I'm going to rip everything out of the wood shelter, because we've got stuff in there that shouldn't be in there. Like, as you can see, metal poles. It's for a big canvas shelter that we've got that needs to get sorted out in the next couple of months and get put up. And then I can say block it off, and I want to try and make that into some sort of like a hot tent for in the camp itself, in this area, like right next to camp. And also it could be a good little shelter for Rooney's kids to sleep in as well, if we get some camp cots up here. And then all it is a case of putting camp cots up, putting the air mats out, and the sleeping bags on, and they'll be happy days, like. But anyway, waffle. I'm gonna get to work. I'll see you in a bit.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light.
Right, well, that's the cam net all cut up now. So this bottom section is for the shelter, and that other section's a bit left over, which is happy days. Obviously I've got little bits of white mine tape on there to take off, but that's no bother. It's actually a beautiful day out here, as you can see. The sun's coming up. I just can't show you behind us though. no chance. But I've tried my best not to in any rate. So I'll be scrutinising the footage to make sure. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. There's a slight little breeze, but it's so bloody nice. There's some nice, lovely, clear blue skies. I know we're all due some more rain later on, but trying to find a bit of ground out here that isn't covered in cow pats was a godsend. It'd be an ideal place to do a hot tent up here. Absolutely ideal. I think I might actually do one up here on this field, a hot tent, and obviously just watch my camera angles, because it's nice and flat. It's doable, so yeah, I might do a hot tent up here. Unless I can find somewhere safe and secure in the big woods, out of sight of any main features in the area. But at any rate, I'm waffling crap. I'm going to get back into camp now. I'll get this rolled up. It's not going to be full of twigs, so that's happy days. Might have the odd little bit of grass mixed up and possibly a little bit of poop. But yeah, let's get this rolled up. Get the other bit rolled up. That gets stored away for another day. And then we'll get this done. So basically this edge here is going to go on the top of the shelter, and that's going to roll down. So yeah, happy days. Right, let's get it rolled up.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails.
Well, that's the cam net done, so I'll just quickly show you around it. Now, I haven't done it to break the shape of the shelter up. All I've done is to break up the shine of the black tarp, and over time foliage will fall off the trees onto it and it'll break it up even more, because the cam net will keep it there. But there's the side wall done, so you can see the difference straight away. So basically I've tacked it down the side and then cut here and then wrapped it round, and then I've done the same on the big tree and then tied it all the way down the centre to get it back up. Now some of its frame looks okay. It's still a bit shiny, but like I say, over time the foliage, or I can even sprinkle a little bit of foliage on there if I wanted to. Just to break it up a little bit more. But what I've done is I've cut round this tree, and as you can see, it's stretched right out. This goes up and it covers the whole of this area if we want to build an extension part onto it. And all I'll have to do is just fold it all back when I'm building, and it'll be easy to do. So that's it. That's another task done and dusted for this weekend. The next task is to sort out the shelter, the wood storage shelter, get the bits out of there that I don't need in there, and then chop up some wood. But before that, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea and have about half an hour out off the camera and not doing anything, because it's not just about coming out and grafting all the time, it's about enjoying myself as well. And I might actually make a cuppa and go for a walk and take my cuppa with us. I'll not bring you along though, so I want a bit of time out. But yeah, that's it all done. Obviously, what I've done is I put loads of tacks all the way along the ridge line, and then I've just got to grab the net now and hook them onto it, just so it doesn't slip down. Obviously, this corner's got a little bit, can't see because of the shine off the sun, but you can see it's just hanging bits. I don't want loads of hangy loops hanging over, because what will happen is it'll just get full of water and it'll just be drip, drip, drip. And the same on this side. Not that it'll bother me, it's just a storage area, but it's just in case you want to stand underneath there. Anyway, waffle, cup of tea, see you later. Right, well, as you can see, I've got a nice pot of stew here. What I've done is I took out the big pot, put in the small one, heated up with the gas stove. I've had a fire burn, but I've been burning loads of rubbish. As you can see behind us, I'm all packed up. I'm going to stay for another couple of hours, but I will be heading off home tonight. I'm not going to stay. So I'm going to have this stew. I haven't got my gloves on, so I can't really pick it up that well. But you would have seen it last night. But there you go, look at that's a huge serving. And I've got a couple of slices of bread as well that I had for my pot noodle, which was going to be for my dinner. So I'm going to have them with this, and I've got a cup of tea made. So the next thing I'm going to be doing after dinner is finishing off, packing off all the essential kit. Then I'm going to get my chainsaw out. I'm going to slice and dice all the big logs that I've got. I'll not be out next weekend, but I think Rooney might be up here. So it just it leaves him plenty of wood for chopping up and burning. And obviously tidy up camp. And then I'll get myself away. I'm going to move a couple of storage boxes around and put them in the new storage thing. Apart from that, that's all that's going to be happening. It's nothing exciting to show on video, so I'm going to end it here before my video camera runs out. And I'd just like to say thank you very much everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this installment, and I'll see you next week, because I'm already 2 weeks ahead with my videos. So I've got this video I'll cover next week when I'm not coming out camping, or the one previous to this one, I'll cover that one. So happy days. And anyway, I'm waffling. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all that shenanigans. Check out all the links below. Okay, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios. Time to get feeding my face. Hehe.